Hello and welcome back to Griffin, Indiana. We're starting, as you can see, well into the afternoon. It's 25 past 3. I'll just pull in here so that cars can get past. 25 past 3. Basically, I decided to do a baling contract up in field 33 here. You can see the size of it. I mean, it's not massive, but when you compare the fact that, or when you take into account that we have to use our own equipment for contracts, yeah, it's took an absolute day and an age to do it. It literally took all day to do it. So we start this episode later on. We might end up getting everything that we want to do in this episode. Or we might just end up going in this one day, sorry. We might end up going into the next day. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. The things we need to do. So we're up. This is our bit of land here. We're going to cultivate this. We're going to put a field in it. Or we're going to create a field, sorry. These little things here, I'm not sure what will happen with them, whether they'll go or whether... Because I can't cut them down. So I don't know what is going to happen with them. That's one of the jobs we need to do. I believe we should have some pigs to sell as well. Oh, they're running low on food. We'll have to get them food. So we're looking for pigs. So some's just been born, which is good. 6 months, yeah. They're the ones. They need to go. And then I've just seen some at 5 months as well, so they'll be ready in the next month. Next in-game month, that's good. Yeah, so that needs doing. They obviously need more food because they always do. What else do we need to do? Oh, both our soybean fields are ready to harvest as well. So that'll be something that'll get done this month. But I want to start in here. Because I keep forgetting about this bit of land, and if we want to get a crop in sharpish, which we do, it's going to have to be done now. Now there's a bit of a, there it is there. So as long as I stay that side of the tree, let's get that down. We shouldn't go down the ditch. What am I stuck on? Stuck on summit. Oh, don't say that's one of them little trees. Right, we've hit a snag already. It's one of them. What are we going to do with them? We're not even going to get off it at the minute. Let's lift that up. There we go. So that's a bit close there. Get that back down. Yeah, them little trees might prove to be an issue. I thought we were going to get up to that tree there. We're obviously not. Let's get round here. Let's have a look, see. Right, so we'll be at a point. Is that tree not ours? It is ours. That one should have been cut down. Because that looks well within our boundary there. Missed out on some cash there, didn't we? All we'll do here, we'll get the boundary sorted. Because I knew it was going to be a bit tricky just with it's quite a thin piece of land and there's no sort of natural boundary for us to look at. We can see the trees around, which I thought we'd cut every tree, but obviously there was some left. So we just need to find out exactly where we're going to. I think this path. If we go to this path and then follow that round, hopefully that'll give us some sort of boundary. Once we get it mapped out, we will end up going into a time lapse. But yeah, we literally have just forgot about this bit of land. I can't even remember how many episodes ago it was that we cleared it. It must have been a while ago. It's one of them small trees, isn't it? They're going to be so annoying. Like I said, I can't do anything with it. Nothing at all. I wonder how far over here it's going to let us go. Quite a way. Yeah, I was going to say, in line with that tree right ahead of us, that's sticking out a little bit. I thought that must have been the boundary there. This one coming up on our left now. Obviously missed a stump there as well. I'm pretty sure, well, we must have because I can't see any. Pretty sure we brought the stump grinder up at some point. Right, so let's have a look. So that's going to be the size of the field. It's pretty decent to be fair, isn't it? Compared to what we have already. Can we see it from here? So is it going to be our biggest field? Yeah, it is. It's bigger than this one down here, isn't it? So that isn't bad at all. Let's get that back down and get going. We're definitely going to bang into some of these trees here. I've got them up. I might be able to just get straight through the middle of that one though, which should be nice. Yeah. If you know what I can do with them, please let us know, because it's going to be so annoying. I could make the field bigger, couldn't I, by going over the track, but I think it's a bit of a natural boundary. It's a feature on the map, isn't it? So we shall keep it. I don't think it's going to take awfully long to do this, but then obviously we've got the liming, we've got the fertilising, and I think we've got 2 months. If we want to put wheat in, if we want to put a winter crop in, we've got 2 months to do it, so that's not too bad. I'm glad now we didn't decide to do the harvesting. I was going to do the soybeans first, but now that it's absolutely belting down the rain, I'm glad we decided not to. Let's give ourselves a little bit more of a buffer. And here, I know I've missed a bit there. I don't know if I've maybe gone too close to the edge there as well. We shall have to see. Just the ditch that's there is quite severe, so I didn't want the combine to be anywhere near that really. It's not so bad getting in it with a tractor, but getting in it with the combine's another matter, especially when it's got the header on the front. It's going to be a while, like, until we can bring the combine up here. I think they're the fields that I've just been the other field that I've just been working in, aren't I? So backs onto them. That far one, right? Well, just if you look through them trees, it's over there. I love these little bits of land, like these little strips of land on Griffin. I think are brilliant. They're not just all massive fields. You get them. Obviously, we've based our entire series on it, haven't we? On buying and transforming these really small pieces of land, and there's still a couple. There's still at least one more, sorry, that I can think of straight away, which is the one just over the train tracks from our soybean field. And there's probably other ones as well, but it's such a great way to play. We'll get round here, and then I think we'll get the time lapse started. There we go. Right, sit back, enjoy the music, and I shall not be long. Right, you will see we're just about there. And if you look ahead, in fact there's been a couple of changes overnight. We had to go into the next day. I did the majority of it sort of through the dark hours, which I'll never, it's very rare I'd record that anyway, because it just doesn't come across well. However, if you look straight ahead, you can see our little, it's a case, isn't it? It's a case, not a McCormick. It is a Farmall. I've got too many series going. So I've only got 2 at the minute. I've had too many series going. We've brought the little Farmall up. And all this bush here, we're able to cut back. You'll see, I think they might have already been in, but we've extended the field compared to what it was. And we've put like a little sort of, we've brought it pretty much all the way up to the road, which gives it that bit extra space as well. That is the original, I think here, around here is the original sort of field that we mapped out. So we've been able to grab all that space as well. And if you remember, there was them awful little trees that were sticking up and I couldn't get rid of. And it wouldn't sort of show up. Let me jump back in here now. And it wouldn't show up, would it, on the, when I was trying to chop them down. Well, with them, all I did was the chainsaw ended up cutting through them. It didn't recognise it, so you would have to hit a sweet spot with it. But then the chainsaw got rid of them, so that was good. And there was a couple of big trees that were doing the same down at the bottom where I've cut back. That was exactly the same. Chainsaw wouldn't recognise it. However, if you hit that sweet spot, it got rid of it. You're not left with any wood or anything like that, but it gets rid of the issue. So that is done, I think. Oh, the other thing I changed as well, not changed, is during the dark hours, because I wasn't able to record, like actually record and speak, because of how busy the house was. So I did just behind us, sorry, I did another contract, a baling contract. So I mean that took a long time to do, took a good chunk of the night. So yeah, we got that done as well. So our cash, our money is up to 94,600, which is very nice because we're going to need that. The very last thing I did while we were off camera was I went and got our lime spreader and filled it with lime as well. I had to buy a few bags, but obviously lime's dirt cheap, isn't it? It's like $350 per 2,000 litres, is it? Per bag. Hopefully we've got enough to get this done. I'm sure lime goes down a lot faster. Didn't we have this in a couple of episodes ago when we were doing our newer big field? Where it just didn't last as long as what we would have liked. Ah, before I do that, let's get the soil information. So 1,837. Yep, we'll get that. Lots of loam, which is good. In fact, was it all loam? Which is what we like to see. Come on, get going. It's not liking that, is it? I mean, we could have, to be honest, we could have brought the Massey up, couldn't we? Given how steep it is. It's starting to pick up now, though. There we go. And we are away. So yeah, everything's looking sort of quite healthy. I know we've done a couple of sort of contracts. I can't get rid of that. They're the little trees. I can't get rid of it. It's not in our area. It's just outside our boundary. Yeah, everything's looking quite healthy at the minute, considering the sort of limitations we've got. I think over the last maybe five episodes or so, maybe a little bit more, the series has really sort of kicked on. Just because we've been able to get that bit more income. Doing the contracts really helps as well. Our machinery is gradually getting bigger and more suitable, probably to the map. Because although we're sort of using the really small areas of the map, aren't we? But the map in general is mostly absolutely massive fields, and especially when you come to doing the contracts, you really feel that as well when you're just using the small machinery. I mean, I can't remember what episode it was, but if you can remember when we did that massive, it was either a wheat or barley harvest, wasn't it? We should never have done it. It was just far too big for the machinery we had, but we did do it. I mean, we got a lot out of it, but it also took a ridiculous amount of time, didn't it? Didn't it take us like something like 9 or 11 hours to do? Like real life hours, not in-game hours, real life hours. It was utterly ridiculous. So until we get bigger kit, we won't be doing anything like that again. But the baling contracts are ideal, and so are the fertilising contracts as well. I don't think there is any fertilising contracts at the minute. There is still a couple of harvesting contracts for corn and sunflowers. But I don't have one of them headers, and I don't want to be doing just contract after contract, getting our money up like that. There was a one for like 100 and odd grand. Oh, it's gone off. So there was a potato one, and you got like 102 or 120 grand, something like that, for it. Which instantly I wanted to do, but obviously we don't have the machinery to do potatoes, and we're not allowed to borrow the equipment. So right, that's that done. That didn't take as much as I thought it would, to be honest. It was alright. Did we decide what we were going to put in here? Can we still put canola in or not? We can't. We're out of the canola season. And we won't be back in it for this year, will we? So there's always... I don't really want to put soybeans in again because we've done it this year. I did want just some sort of cash crop though. Didn't really want to put wheat or barley in. Could do sunflowers. Sunflowers or corn. Oh, is that a planting season for canola? No, it's not. It's not. Right. We'll leave that where it is. We're not putting wheat or barley in, and that's the only things we can plant at the minute. I want to put something different in there. Right, let's get back down to the farm and we'll probably have quite a bit to do today, to be honest. So we drove past our little small holding. I think what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the combine straight away and get our I need not to forget about this little bit of land here. Jump straight into the combine and get the soybean done. There's our fertiliser that's come out with this. Let's take that. We'll leave that there just for now. I can tidy up off camera, can't I? Brilliant. Fantastic. We'll get in the Massey. I can't remember, have we? We must have some silage in here. 14,000 litres, not much. We've got our grass fields to cut, haven't we? I'm pretty sure they're ready to do. I'd probably be best off, do you know, this little field here, to the left of the tractor, I'd probably be best off just changing that into a grass field, to be honest. Because for what we get off it, I don't think there's any great benefit. Right, let's put that there. We haven't got a trailer over here, have we? No, we haven't. Let's jump over there. That needs fixing as well. I am an absolute nightmare for keeping our kit maintained. I'll have to go and do it. We'll do these fields and then we'll go and get them done. So soybean, I was looking on the way down. If we keep hold of it, I didn't actually check the month, but if we keep hold of it, the best price we're going to get is around about $1,200 per 1,000 litres. At the minute, we were only getting something like 570 odd, so obviously we are going to keep hold of it. I don't expect massive amount, because you don't. Soybean doesn't yield great, does it? But anything is better than nothing. Could do with cutting all this brush back as well, couldn't I? If we can. What I'm likely to do is, whatever I put in, say if we put sunflowers in the field up the top that we've just been working in, I'll probably put the same in this one and the other one as well, just to try to sort of maximise what we're getting. What else could I put on that little field? We could seed it with grass. I mean, we could carry on putting wheat and barley down, but it just seems pointless. The only good thing we get out of doing that is we get the straw for our pigs. Because product-wise, we get wheat and barley for doing contracts. We got the leftover, and that's enough. And we can't make enough. We can't produce enough wheat or barley to sustain our chickens, and that's just remind us we need to feed the chickens, don't we? But yeah, so we can't maintain it ourselves, so we have to do the contracts or buy it. So it just seems pointless getting 3,000 litres worth of barley off one of our fields, which is literally going to last us a month and a half. That's all it'll last us. So we'll wait a full year for a month and a half's worth of product. I knew this bit was always going to be tight, wasn't it? So yeah, whether we can find some sort of placeable, possibly, to put on there. I mean, the ideal one, which I'm not going to use because we're using it in a Forest Challenge, is that that windmill we've got in Forest Challenge. That generates like 36 grand a month, doesn't it? But yeah, I'm not going to use the same one. Could have a look. I mean, we could. It's a bit of land. We could look at putting that the tailor on, if we can find one. Might not be a bad idea. I mean, it would just involve extra carting, wouldn't it? But obviously the ground, the level of the ground up at our spinnery, it's quite harsh, isn't it? At one point, there's a bit of flat, but I think we'll probably spend a lot in terrain editing, and it might look daft as well, which is obviously the real reason we don't want to do it. I mean, the real reason we haven't done it already is because of how we can't find a cheap tailor. That's the real reason we haven't done it. Okay, let's, I tell you what, I know we've already had one, but it won't have been a long one. Let's get another time lapse going. We'll get this finished. We will get our field just down the road finished of soybean, and then we'll see where we are after that. Couple of runs left. We haven't got much off this field at all, really. We're going to get probably not that much more than half a tank, are we? That's maybe a little bit more. We're not going to get everything in that last run, are we? We're going to have to come up again. So I didn't actually see what we emptied out into the trailer from the field up the top. I mean, we're not going to get a great deal off it, are we? I imagine we're probably 4,000 and odd, maybe. I haven't even got a trailer, a tractor, sorry, down here to go and hook up to it to have a look, because I've got the Massey and the John Deere up at the actual farm, and then the farm hall is up at our a field we've just been working on, and that only goes about 11 or 12 mile an hour, so driving that up and down takes an absolute day and an age as well, so I'll be doing that off camera. Right, last one. Things we need to do after this. we need to get some pigs sold, don't we? And we need to get some pigs fed as well, and the chickens fed. That's what we need to do. Again, with this field, it won't get planted now until after Christmas. It'll sit dormant like this for a bit, I think. We're going to get 60%. Maybe just. Yeah, just. By 2 litres. I suppose by 3. Oh! What's missing from that picture? Can anyone guess? The answer is a greenhouse. Now, I don't know how I've done it, but whatever greenhouse I was using there, I've deleted off the mods. And then I didn't realise until I'd been playing and saved the game and stuff, so I'm not going to get that back without just putting it back in, paying for it again. So yeah, we've got a bit of space there now to do something with. Put another placeable on. Just means buying it again. Can I hook up to this just to see? I don't think I can I? No. Tell you what I might be able to do it with though. And it is just to see how much we've got. I might be able to get the our front loader to do it, because I know that does hook up to trailers. Let's bang that round there. Now I reckon we've probably got about 7,000 litres, I think. Hopefully this works. It should do. It looks like it's got the correct attacher. It's not going to work though. It's a pin attacher, isn't it? See, I thought that would have worked. Ah well. We'll find that out later. Right, what we're going to do now is... I need to go and get a tractor anyway, because we actually need to empty that trailer and then start getting some pig food in it. So I'll just go and collect the tractor, get it back over here, and we'll crack on with that. Right, I've got the Massey. Let's see what's in here and go and get it stored for the winter. So I said 7,000 and we weren't too high. 6,700. So what are we looking at there? 7,000, just over $7,000 worth. It's not great, is it? I'm getting used to now. I'm saying getting used to it, but because we've been playing on Purbeck on easy economy, I'm getting used to easy economy prices. Well, obviously, you know, we never play, we never do series on that, but we did on Purbeck. So yeah, when I see only $1,200 per 1,000 litres for soybeans, it's absolutely devastating. I'm not sure when. I think you might have already had them all the series of Purbeck that I've got recorded. Purbeck's actually finishing. I've recorded it all now. I don't need to be back around there. It's all recorded, ready just to go out. There's 3 more. As I'm saying it now, there's 3 more episodes waiting to go out. and I'm just contemplating whether I'm going to do them back to back or not. The reason we're finishing is because I didn't want to finish. I wanted to do another full year on it, and I'd started. Is that pig? That is pig food. Yeah, I'd started planning and even planting the crops for the next year. However, for absolutely ages now, for months, there's been an update on Mod Hub for Purbeck, and for whatever reason, I can't put the update on. It just says something like installation failed or something like that, or update failed. So the update's shown as needing to go on, but it won't let me put it on. And I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, the map for me is sort of degrading a little bit. I'm starting to get issues on it. I'm starting to get like random white lines across the sky. There's a few things I keep getting kicked off it. There's a couple of things that's always been the same, like the diesel tank has never worked, has it? And those issues I wasn't bothered about, but it's just, it was starting to get more difficult and less sort of aesthetically pleasing, just with the things like the white lines. So I decided to finish up. We sold all our crops. We made an absolute. I didn't even realise we had that amount of crops to sell. To be honest, like the amount of money we made from all our silage and everything else that we sold. The milk, there was tons of stuff on there, wasn't there? We did hops for those of you that haven't watched it or aren't up to date. We started doing the hops production, which was it's really, really good actually, and as a money generator, it is fantastic. If you've got everything else to go with it, to be able to keep it running, oh my god, it did not generate some cash, like ridiculous amounts, which was fantastic. Right, what else do we need in there? We need to sell some of these, don't we? That wasn't the option I wanted to look at, but let's go. And what am I going to do with this trailer? I didn't even need to bring this trailer up. So yeah, hops is a good one. I'm even thinking maybe as we get deep into our forest challenge, when we start getting more cash together, I might even look at doing that hops production for sort of the final push, because there was one payment that we got from it, what was something ridiculous like 220 odd grand for this one payment of hops pellets. And there's no way we invested that much. Take away the cost of the buildings, we didn't put anywhere near that much product into it. So yeah, that's one to do definitely in another series, I think. Move that out the way there. I have a feeling this video is going to be so long. I think we were at 15 minutes before I've come back on, so God knows what we've been, how long it's going to be after that. Right, we'll do the first lot. Get this gate open. Right, we want the 6-month-old ones. So there we are. We can only get 10 in. I can't remember if we've got 20 or 40 of them. Let's quickly get these up here before they all start running out. which, as I've said, I remember talking about it in a Purbeck episode actually. That is totally something that I wish we could have. And I don't mean animals sort of running all over the map, just you lose them. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not there anymore for you to count against your numbers. So if you leave gates open, then after so long they just start wandering out. Or you lose so many a day or whatever. It's such a good idea. Right, 1,500 for them 10. Sure, we only had 20 of them. 6 months. Oh no, we had 40. Right, I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get the rest of these sold. God, that was close with that fence. I'm going to get the rest of these sold, and what I might do as well while we're off camera, I might top things like the water up, and I'll probably go and buy more pig food and get that topped up as well, because what we've put in there won't last overly long. So we'll get that done, we'll save a bit of time. It's probably going to be, I'd imagine, a good couple of... oh, that says we've only got thingy. Is there more for 6 months? It says we've only got another 9 there. Strange, isn't it? Right, either way, I'm still going to do that. We'll sell these. I'm going to get everything sort of topped up, and we'll probably come back towards the end of the day and see what else before we end the video. Yeah, we'll come back towards the end of the day and then see what we've got to do, maybe going into the next month. So I shall not be long. So we're back on, just to close up basically. It's starting to get really dark as well. So we had 5:15. Torch was already on. It's a few days after, well, it's a good few days actually, since we last recorded the first part of this. But I do remember we sold all of our pigs. And I also said I was going to top everything up, didn't I? So we got a good chunk of... so the water was filled up on all the sheep. We've got the water and nearly 30,000 litres of food put in for the pigs as well. So there'll be some more pigs ready to go in the next month as well. Are we in the second part? I tell you what we didn't do. We didn't feed them, did we? Let's quickly do that. The other thing I did was, seeing as we lost our... we deleted the mod for our greenhouse, I did a contract, and that got us like... how much did that get us? I think it got us about 14 grand. And I used some of it to spend on the pig food, and then the rest of it we're gonna spend on a new greenhouse. Put one in there. If we can get a one that produces a bit more, like a one with where you're putting fertilizer in it, I'll get one of them. Seeing as we're up and running now, we can afford to be getting that. God, it is starting to get dark, isn't it? So yeah, we were quite busy over them sort of few in-game hours. Just sort of doing, almost like doing admin really, just getting everything, keeping everything ticking along. Right. We've got some barley. 1,000 litres of barley. And since I'm putting it in at this time, it might actually go through the night. So November, I don't know how much we're going to be doing. So the next month we said about we need to sell our pigs. We probably need to sort of rebalance the amount of sheep we have as well. We might have to sell some sheep. This grass needs cutting. And then, on this map, is it November or December for silage. Let's have a look. It is January on this map. Although it's quite high at the minute anyway. We've got quite a lot of silage, haven't we? We've got loads of bales. It's going to take ages to shift actually. Can't wait to do that. Right. Leave that there. Let's get the lights off. Tell you what we'll do. We'll buy the greenhouse next, in the next episode. I know I'm not going to be getting the income overnight, but it's not going to be a great amount anyway. Because what I'll want to do is, I'll want to fill it all. I'll want to go and get the manure. I want to go and get the fertilizer and the water and the seeds, and it's going to take ages. And I think this video is already going to be quite long anyway. So I think we've got through quite a lot in this October. In fact, I know we have. It's just been quite disjointed with the amount that we've, the distance between recording parts of it. I think I've gone over quite a while, you know, probably well over a week, during 3 different parts, maybe 3 different recording sessions. So yeah, it gets quite disjointed when we do that. However, we're ticking along nicely. We're nearly at 102 grand. We're going to be selling possibly some crop soon. What have we got to sell? So we've got the sorghum to sell in December. We're going to make about 15 grand off that by the looks of it, a little bit more. We could sell half the barley again in December. Soybeans until June, and then with corn. So that was the contract. So with that one, I kind of broke the rules in the sense that I leased the equipment. However, it was literally to pay us back for the 10-11 grand that we lost by deleting the mod off. So I didn't think that was too bad, otherwise I would never have normally have done it. Are we in November now? No, we're in October. So the canola, how much canola have we got? Not much. But we need to sell that in the next episode. But we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. PlayStation